Oh, that's a new sign. They're cancelling the 50 kilometers. But what is the new speed limit? The new speed limit for me is 50, but what is the new speed limit in kilometers? Okay, Italians, you seem to have a bit more complicated road signs than we do in mainland Europe, apparently. And I am here. It's been a long time since I played this game, about a year. I did play it once on this channel, but I cut the video. Oh, I sped the video up and muted everything I said because I said a bit strong stuff, if I'm honest, for a simple video like it was. And here I am again doing it, so let's hope that I don't do that again. It wasn't particularly bad stuff, just I don't like getting into politics on this channel because it's not something I'm a particular fan of. Also, I don't want another job because I've already got one game, thank you. But anyway, we are going from Sheffield. We're resetting the navigation and we're going to Warsaw, which I think, if I remember rightly, is in Romania, but I don't know. So it's going to be quite a long journey. I would have liked to get something that goes over here, but that'd be even further. And the good news is that compared to last time, I've actually learned to drive. I'm still learning to drive. But yeah, I do actually know more of laws of the road. Not enough to know that a lot of the roads in the UK version of this game are completely broken as far as the laws go. Specifically this junction right here. And what the AI doing? Why are they just letting me? Why are they just letting me go? Oh, wrong button. Huh. Looks like I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and go at some point, otherwise I am gonna be stuck here. Here we go. Hope no one was using that. And we're transporting something really boring, which is, okay, used plastics. Meanwhile, compared to the last video, this is actually my own truck. I bought this truck and I need to keep it fueled and stuff, and if I damage it, that's bad, and pretty sure I have damaged it a tiny bit, yes, in a previous job. So, be prepared for this level of video, because it's more going to be like a podcast with noises in the background of trucks. Holy hell. What the hell is going on? There's just a lot of trucks. Now, compared to last time, I also did amp up the amount of traffic, which might be the source of my problem. Just a sign there reminding us of the study. But yeah, so yeah, you can't do it in the settings of the game. You have to go into the configuration of the game and find a specific value, which by default is set to 1. The maximum being 10, I've set it to 8, so I guess there's 8 times more traffic than there should be. And also I need to change lane like that guy did. Oh, speed limit has been raised to 50. I am using miles per hour, not kilometers. because kilometers are for people who want to cheat and make their numbers look bigger. And you might be asking, why did I increase the level of traffic? Well, because the roads were really, really empty at one time's traffic. At least they felt it. Now the roads seem somewhat full. Also, I don't know about the roads in other countries, but the roads in the UK specifically are all jank. This is not how a junction in the UK would look. Oh god, oil truck wants to, overtake me, clearly. Didn't even pay attention to me. I am gonna have to refuel my truck at some point, because it's already halfway. I did do a job or two before this to remind me how to play the game, so I now remember that P is wipers and L is lights, and J is specifically used to flash your high beams for some reason. I'm not particularly sure why. So this is going to be a particularly long journey, because the one that I did yesterday, which was just the width of England, took me about an hour and 10 minutes-ish. And this is going much, much further. I think, if I remember rightly, my previous video that I did that took me to Denmark or Finland or something, one of those, was 4 hours long. I was just sat talking to myself for 4 hours about various topics that I can't even remember. And I'm not particularly sad about abandoning that video, even with the 4 hours that I lost on it, because it wasn't a particularly interesting video, and neither will this. I'm just doing it for fun this time. And my god, do I hate these turns in particular, especially since no road in England is like that. And so yeah, I've been learning to drive, and I can tell you right now that I do not like driving. Well, first of all, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to just hop into the other lane while the other person's still driving along it, even if you've got enough room. As far as I'm aware, I think that's only a good thing on the highway. But I really don't like it. It's just not fun, having to constantly check on everything. Like, compared to this game, in real life driving, there's so many things to keep track of. Although, I will admit that this game primarily takes place on motorways and rural roads. So, okay, what's going on? This is the slow lane, why are we going so fast? Oh, the road's merging. Yay! But yeah, there's so many things to keep track of in real driving compared to this. Once had a pedestrian just jump across a crossing when it was a green light, which caused my instructor to have to do an emergency stop, because I was a complete idiot apparently. And then there's the fact that it's just not fun to think about how much it's going to cost to simply drive, and it makes me question, why am I learning to drive? Oh, and don't get me started on the theory. The theory is just ugh. And we can now travel at 16 miles an hour, yay, through England, which usually has a hedgerow, not just nothing, on the sides of the road, I mean, so that you can't quite tell all the time what's next to the road, I guess. But also it helps with pollution. I hear the engine is apparently just completely cut out, because I've got cruise control on, which keeps me at the speed of 56 miles an hour, so I don't have to constantly press W, because that's how I'm driving, by the way. I'm using the WASD keys. Also, this junction right here, this one, I'm pretty sure would cause a lot of traffic. Because Jesus, it would. Oh wait, no, it's not this junction at all. It's a similar junction, but you have to wait to get across the road because there's no bridge that takes you across. And I also just realised that there's a police car that went by. And that's a new thing with the Euro Truck Simulator. It was when I played it last as well. And basically, it's that for most things, like offences, nothing will happen if you commit them and there are no police nearby. However, on the flip side, if there are multiple police nearby when you do a bad thing, you will get multiple fines at the same time, because they apparently didn't program a fix for that, I suppose. And also, I stopped to look at the recording, and the recording is really, really blurry, unfortunately. The bitrate is all over the place for some reason, and I don't know why. And oh yeah, we could do with some more fuel, so let's go. This is the first services in this area, oh, on this motorway actually, except this is rather than a do-it-yourself pub. Absolutely buck wild. We've got 16,000. There we go. Okay, nice and full up. And we can rest if we need to, but I've turned that feature off. You saw nothing. I didn't switch the stream. Stream? We're not streaming. Anything to give way to? No. Ah, slip roads, who needs them? Jesus Christ. He's letting me go. Thank you. Ah yes, stop on a really, really fast moving road to give way to someone. Oh, I've been recently watching a YouTube channel called UK Dashcams, and it ranges from hilarious to just absolutely infuriating. Tons of people can't figure out how to navigate a roundabout, of all things, and it just makes me wonder, why do we trust people to navigate roundabouts when software engineers specifically have to make like UI and stuff purposely so simple so that people can't screw them up? Yet we still trust people with roundabouts. And roundabouts are fairly simple once you understand them. It's just that a lot of people don't seem to. Oh, and then there was this other one, and like an Indiana Jones situation where some idiot was trying to overtake a truck, like the kind of truck they'd place a car on top, just one though. I can't remember what you called them. And yeah, the guy hit the side of the truck as he was overtaking, and that somehow caused him to flip over and go rolling. And there's a guy on the walking along the path next to the road, and he basically had to Indiana Jones his way out of the situation. So he dropped all of his shopping and ran for his life from a car rolling at him. Which, Jesus. As long as that guy driving the car is okay, I say he's gonna need a lifetime ban from driving or something for that kind of action or inaction. Maybe not that extreme, as he didn't actually harm anyone but himself. I'd argue that he'd have to retake his tests fully, so go with an instructor and prove that he can actually remember how to drive, do the driving test, and then do the driving theory first. And a lot of it seems to be down to, well, a lot of the simpler problems seem to be down to, unfortunately, I hate to be racist, but unfortunately it seems to be down to people who visit the country or are delivering things to the country, because as far as I'm aware, all they have to do to drive in this country is prove that they've got a license already and do a basic test to prove that they know what all the road signs mean. They don't actually have to prove that they know the rules of the road. And so you just end up with people not thinking straight who decide to go around the wrong way on a roundabout when everyone else is going the other way. And the reason why I say that is because most of these clips take place near London. You know, one of the biggest tourist destinations in England. I can't exactly understand where else you'd go in England for a holiday, other than London. But then again, that's like me saying, oh, I don't know where you'd go in Japan apart from Tokyo. So, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot more interesting places in Japan than just Tokyo. In fact, no, I'm not just going to assume that. I'm going to say that that is the case. Because I find it statistically unlikely that there is not. Oh, and here's another problem with this game. It's a bit old now, and so bits like that are a bit bumpy, because not entirely smooth like they should be. So you can definitely see that, and that's causing the driving to feel weird. Where are we right now? Well, I can't exactly tell you because I have no idea where we are. And all this driving just for some used plastics that are most likely going to end up in a landfill rather than being recycled. Remember guys, reduce, reuse, roll over to the authoritarian boot. I don't know what I'm talking about. That was some stupid joke. Also, I'm pretty sure they don't have radio mats that close to a road. And they don't paint them like they do in Just Cause. That is red and white. They're doing... The one in Japan is painted like that. Now here's the thing. Did the Japanese steal that design from France? Or did they just happen to design it like that? Or was it an homage? Or did France steal it? I don't know. I really don't know. Did you know that this game has a music player? Because I didn't for the first day or so of playing it. And this is not me playing sound post, well, in editing. This is me playing it now, and I can tell you that for sure because it's a bit loud, so I'm kind of trying to talk over it. Okay, let's stop because it's quite loud. It is on full volume though. You might ask, why am I trying to talk over it? Or you might be asking, why do you have such an awful voice? Or you might be asking, why is your microphone so bad? All of which are very valid questions. I have a really bad microphone because it was only cheap. I've been looking into getting a better one though. I have a bad voice because I have a bad voice. There's no getting around that. And why was I trying to talk over the music, or why was it so loud? I can't remember what the question was because I've already forgotten. That's something that seems to be increasingly common with me, and I'm actually getting quite worried that it's something else, because if you do not know, Well, I have dyspraxia first of all. But one of the things of dyspraxia is that you have you've got poor memory, short term specifically, in my case. And I'm getting increasingly worried that it's not just my dyspraxia causing my poor memory, and that it might be something else. Could be something bad, or it could just be me. I don't know. But, like, I'll think of something in a conversation and instantly forget the word for it, and have to rely on the other person to remind me what the hell I was on about. Which, if you're answering a question, they can't exactly answer it for you. And other times I'll just forget terms or something. I don't know why. And also it's starting to ring. Curious. Oh, and also, officer, you're not gonna, like, okay. The police car just completely ignored the crashed car. Aren't you supposed to be an officer of the law? Let's get this going really fast. Jesus, it's raining really heavily all of a sudden. Where'd that nice sun go? But yeah, that was a random event. Something that can just appear on the road at any point. And unfortunately, that does mean there are certain events which block the road entirely, causing you to have to navigate a ton of traffic, because even the AI doesn't know what to do. And also, you have to find an alternate route. So, for example, I was going to Swansea, and I got stuck here due to a random event, and the only way around would to go all the way around here. So I just went across the cones, and apparently that was fine. The police didn't do anything. And also, I am committing a crime, because you're not supposed to hog the middle lane, because the middle lane is for overtaking, and the right lane is for overtaking, and the left lane is where you're supposed to drive if you don't want to overtake. So it makes me wonder why we even have 3 lanes in England. I do wish that these roads, like these junctions, didn't just go to roads that went nowhere. I do wish they all joined up in some way, but I assume the game is just focusing on the major roads, which aren't even a reflection of the major roads that actually exist, because from what I remember, okay, never mind, I'll shut up because it's there. I'll just shut up with the things I apparently know. We are going quite fast, and there's another problem with this game, specifically with mouse and keyboard, and that is you can't stay in the center of the lane like you'd expect to. So you have to keep going back and forth, back and forth. And so, in my sped up footage of my last play of this, you see me just going side to side of quite quickly, but that was over the course of a small amount of time. And now that I've said that, if you're even watching this, you will notice that I'm doing it. I don't do it on turns, however, because I can actually keep myself somewhat centered on them. And also we're losing this lane. Yay. Got to say, there's not many road signs, it's just speed limits. Oh, no overtaking. I can tell you that now, it means no overtaking, which is also what the double white line in the middle means. And if one of those lines is broken, that side can overtake. Which makes me wonder, what does the double yellow in America mean? Does that mean no overtaking? Or is it just a marking of the center of the road? Because you do have white dashed lines as well. And also driving off the road. Cut me some slack, okay? It's really hard to drive in this game compared to real life. It's really hard to stick to your lane. There are some mods for this game where you can drive normal vehicles rather than trucks. But this game is, by vanilla, just trucks. Don't want to crash into the flammable truck. Please note that crashing into the flammable truck, that truck didn't give way like you're supposed to. Come on, developers. That's, like, I don't expect you to program all of the rules are a roundabout, but that's a basic rule that everyone knows. Give away. This is something I've seen in the dashcam videos. And now we're going to ferry. I don't know how real that sign is that says ferries, but it could be real for all I know. I don't know. And also, this is my first time visiting wherever we are, which is that place. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Jesus Christ. Also, someone... What the heck? Are these road marks? Someone's apparently swerved across the entire road, and they keep doing it. And now they're staying in the middle of the road. Also, I just realized we need to go right. Oh no. Now I need to... Please let me go, cop. Ah, thank you, cop. You didn't bust me for that illegal maneuver. And now we get to go to another country where I don't know the laws of the road, apart from the basics. So I can only guess. And we are going to, specifically, Rotterdam. Germany, I assume. Right, now we're out of the rain. My driver decided to leave the wipers on for some reason. And, where are we going? Oh, I was right by the exit. Well, why didn't you turn me around again? Oh, do we have the clearance? Yes, we do. Okay, now we've got to remember, drive on the right, not the left. I've yet to screw that up in this game, but you never know. Alright then. Oh no, I'm doing it. I said I'd never done it before, so of course I have to do it, don't I? Ah yes, give way to a busy dual carriageway, this is fun. This is the laws of the road. So I'm just gonna do some maneuvers to stop the road, so I don't have to give way. Oh god damn it. Because you see, this isn't like real life where you have to save your life. No. Apparently that didn't count as a crash, so we're all good. And I have unfortunately caused a ton of traffic for all of these people, and I've just realised it wasn't a dual carriageway. Holy hell, that's a lot of traffic. Yeah, I might have to reduce that number to a more reasonable amount, because that is a lot of traffic. But come on, the roads get, like, progressively... Well, what am I on about? No, the roads are really empty at times one, but with this amount you can't even come out for junction. And yes, I still hate driving. The driving in this game is fun enough, because there's not so much to pay attention to. You just have to follow the basic rules of the road and that's fine. You can even turn off certain rules if you want to. Although I haven't. Okay, time to indicate and turn really badly and not slow down. Because them's be the rules. Also, that's a really weird sign. And we are in Rotterdam. I wonder what that port I was in was called. Oh. This guy gave way to me. And I didn't even need to block him. Weird. No, I don't want to keep turning left. Oh, we're going into a tunnel. And we are expected to arrive with this package at the end of the day. It's quite a long day, so we're expected to arrive around 9:45, 10. Sorry. Oh, and we're on the motorway again. Or the Autobahn, as they call it. Unfortunately for us, though, we are a truck, so we do not get to experience the luxury of going as fast as we want. No, we have to stick to a speed limit. And also, I'm going to have to ignore the speed limit signs from now on, because I don't know kilometers, I'm afraid. So, apparently, 100 kilometers an hour for trucks specifically is 50 miles an hour. And that's why I say it's for people who want to cheat and make their numbers look bigger, because that's exactly what it's for. I assume that sign back there, which for England is the national speed limit sign, means go as fast as you want, maybe? I don't know. Let's just go at a nice 46 miles an hour. So yeah, for trucks in the rest of Europe, the speed limit is actually quite low compared to England, where in England you would be going 60 miles an hour. Here in Europe, well, in the rest of Europe, not. The speed limit is 10 less, it's 50. For some reason. I don't know if that's true to life, but if it is, I question why England has a higher speed limit. Oh, God rays. That'll totally improve the bitrate of this video. Yeah. And so, I've never been to Germany. And I never plan to. And that's nothing to do with the war or anything. I just don't plan on visiting any other country, really, unless I absolutely 100% have to. It's just, like, got all these people who love anime wanting to go to Japan. And I just wonder, I'm a fan of anime. What's the whole fuss about? Why do people want to go to Japan? If I wanted to go to Japan, it'd be to see history, not see something that I could just buy where I live. Because there's a shop near me, not going to say the name, but downstairs it's split between a manga shop and a comic shop, and it's quite cool, but there's never the comics nor manga that you want. Either they don't have it at all, or they have volumes that you already have, or they never have the first volumes, basically what I'm trying to say. Also, the speed limit was 31 miles an hour. What? What? Why? That's such a specific speed limit. I suppose they don't know that when they, made the kilometers an hour. But whatever. We may need to refuel again soon. But yeah, I don't see the appeal. Especially when a lot of these places suffer from the same problem that London does, in that, for example, in London isn't really a good representation of England anymore, because it's both inhabited by the rich and people who don't even live in England. And the actual English people who live there, I don't know. They aren't really, a good representation of the rest of English people. Just like in Tokyo, the Japanese people in Tokyo aren't a really good representation of the rest of Japan. because a lot of them are tourists. I don't even know what I'm on about anymore, and to be honest, I'm kind of gonna say that I'm not gonna believe that own opinion of mine. I'm just gonna say I'm talking rubbish and move on, because I'm talking rubbish. Rubbish? Yes. I'm talking rubbish, and that was a sneaky way of distracting you from remembering what I said by mispronouncing a word for no reason. But, yeah, if I did want to visit somewhere, like Japan, I'd want to visit, like, more rural areas compared to Tokyo to see history and stuff. But then I'd be worried that I'd get lost and not be able to talk to anybody because I don't speak a single bit of Japanese at all. I only know a few tiny bits of Japanese. It's like some of the smallest words. And that's about your lot. And even then I'm not particularly sure what those words actually mean, because I've only learnt them from anime. For example, if I remember rightly, it's sweet, or maybe just sweet, I don't know, is oh my. And I only know that because of Flip Flappers, and again, I only know that because they said it over and over and over for a good minute or so. And so that's how I learned that. So I suppose if I was to go to another country, I would want to go through some serious language courses before I went, just in case I do end up lost. Like, that's one of the nightmares I kind of have, waking up in the middle of nowhere in a country where nobody understands what I'm saying, and the proper tourist thing of just shouting in your language even louder, which apparently makes people understand what you're saying. I suppose you could always resort to sign language, but I've yet to meet anybody who actually knows sign language. Or I could just talk in Morse code, but I don't know Morse code, and I don't think anybody outside the intelligence community knows Morse code off by heart. And then I don't know. I don't know. How about I just don't talk and continue walking and get even more lost and then eventually die from thirst or starvation because I can't find my way back, because I can't even read signs. Oh, that's something I'm having problems with driving. Not being able to focus on signs as well as everything else. So if you tell me to go somewhere by following signs, I can guarantee you we'll either get lost or I'll go in a really roundabout route because I'll end up following the signs that I actually see. And that's not because I go too fast. That's because I can't focus on them quick enough to see exactly what they say. I can focus on the normal signs though, like speed limits and stuff. But other than that, nah, I ain't good at reading signs at all. I'm a really bad driver, to be honest, and it feels like I'm being forced to learn. Because I have no choice. It's either learn to drive, or I don't know. Oh, didn't hit it. Didn't hit them. In real life, that sign would be a lot more obvious. I did not see that for a good while there. I don't know if this is a random event, or if this road is permanently closed off like this. I'd imagine it's a random event though. Guys, it doesn't look like you're doing much. Also, why have they closed it off with that? Why haven't they closed it off with cones? So yeah, I'd love to learn another language, but unless I absolutely have to, I doubt I'd be able to learn it. And even if I had to learn it, I doubt I'd be able to learn it. Because in high school, I was taught French and German, and I can't speak a single bit of French or German. Apart from, again, various phrases that I know. So, I can't even think of anything. I can count in French from 1 to 11 for some reason. I don't know why specifically to 11, but whatever. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. And that's all I remember. I don't know why 1 to 11 is what specifically stuck, but it did, and so you had to deal with the unholiness that is my voice saying all of those numbers in French. Also, I've just realised that compared to England, the sat-nav is not recognising the entire road. Like before, when I went over like a junction like that, the entire junction would turn yellow to say that I've been down it. Whereas here in Germany, it's only doing it for the right-hand side. That's weird. Very weird. And so I assume that the roads in Germany are a lot more accurate to the actual German roads. Oh, you're indicating. Go. Go. Go? I'm not quite sure what to do here. So I'm gonna hang back, I guess. But yeah, I assume the German roads here are a lot more accurate. Oh, and here we have a nice cloverleaf junction. I've never been on one. Because as good as they look like they'd be a nightmare to navigate. Also, I'm going at the speed limit, damn it. In real life, apart from off days, I don't actually go over the speed limit. Instead, I go too slow, because I don't like going very fast, because going very fast is not fun. Also, this motorway just turns into a normal road. Jesus Christ. But yeah, words. Oh, and here's another thing. That yellow diamond, that, as far as I'm aware, does not exist in the British Highway Code because it means give way. I mean, it doesn't mean give way, it means you have right of way, whereas a red triangle means give way. Which is why I assume that sign that I mentioned forever ago didn't have give way written in it. Because it was just assumed that you knew what that meant. And so in England, it's just expected that you know when to give way and when you have right of way. So on a basically just give way whenever you see the thing that needs to give way, you know? Where do you actually stop on this road to give way? Is it here, or is it back there, where the sign was? That's a police car. That's a truck. That's a bus. Sorry I'm late, the simulation had too much traffic. Also, I realised that I was looking left and right because I was expecting to have to go onto the left-hand side again. I should never drive in another country. Apart from Japan, because apparently they drive on the left, so maybe, yeah, I'm gonna go to Japan. Oh god, you see, it all links back together. All of my random rubbish links back together. It doesn't, that was just a coincidence, but whatever. And now I have told it to travel at the speed limit. Good job, me. Don't do that in this game, because if you do, the cruise control on a hill won't slow you down as quick as you do, so you will go over the speed limit. And the only reason why I know that is because it's happened multiple times. Also, this haul, yeah, it's going to be a substantial amount of money. It's £46,000 for apparently used plastics. I don't know why they're paying so much for that. I mean, I think it'd be cheaper to just put it on a train and haul it across, you know, Europe on a train rather than on a truck. Who knows, though? Speaking of trains, I've been playing a lot of Transport Fever 2, not Train Simulator, and that's fun. I just have difficulties setting up what could be considered a main line, and also, after a while, it does just feel like people become an amorphous blob that just grows and grows and grows in each train station. Oh god. Yeah, that grows in each train station. Okay, that wasn't fun. And so, eventually, basically what I'm trying to say is there's not really much of an easy way to lose money. Like, once you set up your first pedestrian line and set up a bunch of buses in each town to get people to go to the trains, you've basically won the game already. And basically what happens at that point is there's so many people that the game can't handle it anymore. So the game just gets slower and slower and slower. It still stays at 60 FPS, but it gets slower and slower and slower, to the point that triple speed becomes what used to be slow speed. And one-time speed basically becomes slow motion. So that's a shame, because it's a really fun game. Although it doesn't sound it, it's really fun. The other contributing factor to that is, well, people need to drive, right? And so I massively prefer to stay before the 1920s, because that's when people start getting cars. And when they start getting cars, there are a lot of them. And I mean a lot. And the traffic management in that game is not the best, because it's not supposed to be, because it's not about that. But you end up with a lot of traffic jams, pretty much. Whoa, that mini's going fast. Are all the cars in this game licensed? All the trucks are? Or are they just old knockoffs? Because that was a mini that went by. Oh, and our expected time of arrival has risen by a quarter of a minute. A quarter of a minute. I mean, it's risen by 15 minutes. A quarter of a minute. What's a quarter of a minute? That's not a real thing. I just made that up apparently. A quarter of a minute. Also, this truck ahead of me is going very slow. Very, very slow. So, have we left Germany yet? I don't know, but here you can see the route I took in my last video, which took me to one of those two places. It was quite a long trip. I think I delivered off some fish first, or used plastics to Spain, and then did that route. I can't quite remember, it's been a long time. I wonder if those LED signs actually ever say something in this game. Or if they're just there as a decoration. Wow. The German petrol stations look a lot nicer. And here's the point of the video where I lose something to talk about. So, my parents have gone to Germany before. Gone through Germany and to Venice. And places like that. Apparently they took me as a kid, but I don't remember a single bit of it. Because I was too young. I guess we must be leaving Germany now? Maybe? Because I don't know when Germany starts and stops. Well, I do know when it starts, because you get road signs like this, and everything becomes all fancy. But it's weird that they decided to start in the UK for this game when it's not really a good accurate representation of the UK. Nor for France, Spain, pretty much any country really. They have done a good job at making it look like the country, but that's about it. Also, I've just realised that this place does sort of have a hedgerow compared to the English roads, which I would have thought would be the other way around. Also, there are a lot of coaches in this game, apparently. They are practically everywhere. Oh, and now we're going over the bridge, one of the bridges that I went under in my last video on this game. And my phone has just got off. So that's something. I have to have multiple alarms going off on a morning because I know I will not get up. And I don't know why. I wish getting up was easy, but it's not. And for example, this morning I missed 2 alarms without waking up. I'm pretty sure that's illegal, what I just did. But whatever. I'm going to go back into this lane. Screw you, random car. A lot of these UK dashcam videos I see involve trucks. And a lot of it is apparently the trucks not being able to see their blind spot. But I argue I can still see quite a lot of the road in these mirrors on the left and right. The only exception is that I can see the left mirror without having to look at it. You can turn that off, but I prefer to have it on so that I don't have to keep going like that just to get a very poorly rendered view of the mirror. And so it just makes me wonder, why are all these truckers so blind when these mirrors do give you quite a lot of view? I mean, we're talking about roundabouts where you're supposed to be looking right. That's left. The indicator I meant, I pressed the left indicator. Oh, we are going at the national speed limit again. I didn't know that changed, but whatever. Is it still called the national speed limit in Germany? Probably not. It's probably. Oh, I've seen German words. They range from just being slightly weird English to just the strangest words. Why is German so close to English? I know English stole a lot from German, but England existed before Germany, so why? And why is it called Germany? Is it named after... Well, first of all I have to ask, what is Germanic named after? Because English and German are both Germanic languages. So what's the Germanic part of that? German? Does it mean they're German? Or does it mean they're from some other place? I don't know what Germanic means, really. You know what? Let me quickly have a little look-see. Germanic, relating to or denoting the branch of the Indo-European language family that includes English, German, Dutch, Frisian, and the Scandinavian languages, having characteristics or attributed to Germans or Germany. No, it's gone back to that screen. Why did it go back to that screen? I don't know. Oh wait, it probably never left that screen, did it? Because I forgot to press minus, I pressed enter instead. Yeah, to switch to that screen I have to press plus, and to switch back I press minus. And then there's a third screen, which I can't actually put in focus at all, because I haven't actually added it as a screen yet. Because there's no need to, because that screen is for unimportant things. Specifically right now, it's showing Discord. Say I was, like, streaming, if I ever got popular enough to do that, I guess I could have it show the Twitch chat, and then have the right screen show Twitch itself, so that I can know, oh hey, it's streaming, but also you haven't covered over the stream with the stupid banner, you complete idiot. I'm still angry about that. Oh, they're doing this again. This is why slip roads exist. So we've still got quite a long way to go, because, well, not that far actually. God, I can't imagine exploring like 100% of this map, Jesus. It's fun, this game, in short bursts. It really is. But playing it all the time, yeah. Also, I've got hay fever. Woo! And that's probably why you keep hearing cuts, and that's me cutting out coughing and sneezing from hay fever. Because there's nothing I can do about it. Also, we can see the void in the mirror there. Did you see that? We saw the void. And not just any void, but the void. Not the void eating up everything in the mirror, no. The void. I have no idea what I'm on about, but we need to refuel. I just realised we could do with refueling. I don't want to find out what happens if you run out of fuel in this game. I assume that you call for recovery, but I don't know. So let's stop off at this station. And you know, I was planning to instead do American Truck Simulator, which I don't have. And I looked at it, and it's expensive. And it's not even the entirety of the United States yet, so... Why not just stick with the part of the world I know? Well, I don't really know it that well, but am familiar with. So, petrol. Oh. Huh. Something seems to have gone a bit wrong. Boy, this would be useful in real life, being able to fuel your vehicle without getting out of the car. Wow, 19 miles an hour. That's weirdly specific. Again, probably because they don't know the conversion when they set up the speed limit. Why can't we all just have the same consistent thing? Why can't we all just have the same language? That'd be really useful. Everyone having the same language. Then I could read manga without having to find an English version, because it would already be in a language that I know. God, that guy's going fast. Did you see that? That brown car nearly took me out because I didn't see it coming, because these mirrors don't show you that far back. Which is fair, because it is pretty much rendering the game again but backwards. So it has to be quite low. Although my computer is quite powerful, that doesn't mean it's good. Well, it is a good computer, but it's not. It's powerful, but it's not a beast. It's bringing a simple, I don't know, best metaphor to describe it. It can do its job, and it can do overtime on its job, I guess. But it isn't gonna be getting you the big bucks. Whatever that metaphor is supposed to mean. Because I don't know. And also I need to be changing lanes into the left one. Come on, let me go. Thank you. I'm probably going to jinx this, but we've gone quite a while without crashing. I don't think I've crashed. Well, I nearly had an accident with that whole trying to block the road so that I could go strategy. But yeah, we haven't actually crashed yet. Wonder what I'm going to crash into. You know, if driving a truck was this simple. Oh. Okay, so my lane just became the third lane. Okay. Okay. But yeah, if driving a truck was this simple, I can 100% guarantee that I would be up for the job. But unfortunately, life is not that simple, and so neither is trucking. So, I doubt I could be qualified to drive a truck, considering the fact that I am struggling to drive a car. So I imagine driving a truck compared to a car, even an automatic truck, would be like going from walking along a metal beam to walking along a tightrope. Yes, walking along a metal beam may be simple and you might be able to balance on it, but walking on a tightrope is practically impossible unless you're trained and skilled enough to do it. But yeah, I've gotten a job interview on Thursday with a supermarket chain. Yay! I am so looking forward to working in retail. You guys have no idea how fun working in retail is. It's like the funniest thing ever. I can't begin to describe how bloody fun it is. I've never encountered anything so fun. Like, even video games don't mean it. Okay, I'm gonna stop being stupidly sarcastic like that and just say, yeah, no. Working in retail is probably the worst thing you can do, and I've never done it. And it's a pretty bad sign that I know it's the worst possible job you could probably do. Before I even do it. So yeah, it's not a good sign. Also, dyspraxia makes you really clumsy. That's another thing I should have said earlier. It makes you really clumsy. And so, I don't know if this applies for everyone, but specifically for me, there'll be just things that are in front of me that I will not see and walk into. Where normal people would see that thing and go, I should probably avoid that. It'll just be entirely invisible to me. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be an object or a human being or an animal or something, and I just won't see it. At most, it would seem like a very faint silhouette to me. That's the most I'll see it, and then I'll see it afterwards and be like, why the heck did I walk into that? But it also makes you very clumsy and prone to dropping things. Yay! So in other words, I have no chance of passing this job interview, and I have no idea how I even got this interview in the first place. I just answered a bunch of questions, pretty much. I didn't even give them my CV. They just accepted me without it. So I'm gonna print it off before Thursday, just in case they want it then. It's not a very good CV anyway, because it's mostly computer science related. And I'm not looking forward to the interview itself, and it just makes me wonder. You're a bloody supermarket chain. Why do I need to dress smart for your interview? Because I was just going to wear my usual jeans and a check shirt. I think that looks quite okay. But no, that's not smart enough. At least, I think it's not. Which is why I've decided to wear proper trousers and a proper top. And what the heck is going on here? It's a toll booth, yes, but what? Oh, it's customs, isn't it? It's customs. Why? Okay, so yeah, we're definitely not in Germany anymore. We are definitely not in Germany anymore, and I could not read that sign there. Oh, this rain is not a good sign. Excuse me. Great, now I've got hiccups. So yeah, not looking forward to Thursday. That's going to be terrible. And if I get the job, I'm going to have a miserable time doing it. More likely than not. Oh god, this is tight. Okay. Wait, did I pay? I did not pay for that toll booth, apparently. So we're gonna be changing away from German rules to wherever the hell we are now. Rules. Where the hell are we? We are probably in Romania now. So we're going to be changing over to Romanian rules, I guess? I didn't even know Romania was next to Germany, if I'll be honest. I'm not very knowledgeable about Europe to begin with. So asking me to identify Eastern Europe is even worse. I can't speak today, apparently. Also, I have just hit the 2-hour mark now on this whole stupid charade. I haven't. It's been 1 hour and 5 minutes, but it looks like it to me because it's gone from 9 to 11. Romania sure looks interesting. It just looks like the rest of Europe, if I'm honest. That's my main problem with wanting to go anywhere. Everywhere just looks the same. That's one thing I'm slightly envious of the US for, is you could go from east to the west and practically go through a different country on your way there. Because it's so, like, everywhere in America is so unique. Whereas you go from the top of Scotland to the bottom of England, and I guarantee you won't even know when you enter England. You won't even know when you end up in Yorkshire. You won't know when you end up in, like, other places. Newcastle, I suppose. You won't know. And then you won't know when you end up in London or wherever south you go. So it just all looks the same. It just looks like this. Just green grass and trees. But also, we don't have bridges made out of the grass. Well, ground. That is certainly unique to this place, I have to say. To be fair, if I didn't have that whole border crossing thing then, what the hell is that guy transporting? It looked like money at first. But yeah, if I hadn't crossed that, I would not know that I went into another country, to be honest. Damn, this rain is getting really heavy now. I wish it could be raining right now, because I'm not a fan of the sun. Or you know what would be better? Thunder. We hadn't had a good old thunder in not years, ages. Ages should sound longer than years, but ages, in my opinion, is relatively small. What? What the heck is that on the... Why was it marking that bridge when it's not connected to the rest of the map? The hell? Oh. They're probably, like, how they store hay here. I thought I thought they were like what I don't know what you call them, like dwellings, I suppose you could say. Dwellings. I've never said dwellings before. That's a first for me, certainly. I honestly don't get the point of toll booths. I really don't. They seem like they cause far more traffic than they're worth. The worst? Worth? What is wrong with me today? Yeah, they seem to cause far more traffic than they're worth. Oh, I paid it this time. Why didn't I pay it last time? The hell going on? And why am I not going to the truck side? Well, probably because I don't need a rest, I imagine. I'm surprised this guy doesn't need a rest after all this, but whatever. He is having a rest, we just don't see him. He just sits in that seat over there and I take control. And you can't see him because he's invisible. That's one of his superpowers. But he can only do that while resting, of course. So I don't know what the bloody hell I'm on about. But we are nearly there. Just 2 more hours left to drive. Just 2 more hours. Makes the rest of it look like an absolute cakewalk. Oh god, it's got really foggy. That reminds me of a funny fact that I learned about the UK's 70 mile an hour. Pretty much, before 1973, which is when 70 miles an hour was introduced, the UK's motorway was practically like the Autobahn, where you could drive as fast or as slow as you wanted. However, certain parts of the motorways across England kept getting flash fog or other flash weather, and basically they caused crashes all the time they happened because people couldn't see and were going far too fast to react. Oh my god, there's another toll booth already. Are you kidding me? Alright, we barely left the other one. Alright, we didn't pay for that one again. I suppose maybe that's me leaving the stretch of road that you have to pay for. So, tons of people were crashing, and there was a really big crash where not too many people died, but enough to cause action. And so, temporarily, the UK government brought in the 70 mile an hour law. However, the very next year, so 1974, they made it permanent. And because of boring old Mother Nature, we can't go as fast as we want on the motorway. Which just makes me wonder why Germany is specifically the country without a speed limit. Because as far as I'm aware, they do have a speed limit in Germany. And it's, well, obviously they have a speed limit in Germany on, like, the normal roads. But on the Autobahn, the speed limit is the speed that your vehicle is able to go at while still having good handling, I suppose. So the top speed of your car, pretty much. But that just seems very hard to police. So I don't really believe that, because I've only heard that from my parents, not any credible source. Not even Wikipedia says it, as far as I'm aware. I've never looked at the topic, but yeah. Germany just seems like... not Germany. The speed limit on the the lack of speed limit. God, why can't I talk? The lack of speed limit on the autobahn seems a bit crazy to me. Like, I'd be fine just traveling everywhere at 20 miles an hour. Because driving at really fast speeds is terrifying. But that's just my opinion, unfortunately, and my opinion means nothing. Also, I've just realised that we actually have somehow lowered the expected time of arrival by 15 minutes again. So it's now kind of back to where it was when I set off. That's weird. Also, I suppose it doesn't help driving on the wrong side of the truck, because this truck is specifically made for the UK, so it has a steering wheel on the right. So I suppose having it on this side doesn't really help, which is something that the quick jobs that you can do don't really have the same problem, because they give you the truck that you need, pretty much. Also, this guy is going fairly slow. Why is he going so slow? Alright, well, I'll go slow too. Oh, it's marking the bridge again. Why is it marking the bridge? What the hell? That's really weird. I'm not the only one who's thinking how weird that is, right? People from the future that probably won't watch this, I'm not the only one thinking that, right? I probably am the only person thinking that. So, when we get to where we are going in Romania, I'm going to pick up one more job to get us out of Romania. Not because I don't like Romania, but because I planned this to be 2 hours, and so by gosh darn it, it's going to be 2 hours. And then I'm going to go for my lunch, and then I'm going to bake some shortbread, and then I'm gonna maybe edit this video down, or delete it, or speed it up again, so that no one can hear the absolute complete rubbish that I am saying, for I am a mental and a physical Yay, that's gonna be cut out of the video, because saying those words is bad, even though to me the word is actually quite tame. But unfortunately for me, I don't know, I just don't swear, pretty much. I don't swear. I mean, if you're with me and you're swearing profusely, I could not give less of a crap about you swearing. Crap is probably the closest swear word to swearing I'd go. But I just don't like swearing. And so I still say, like, school level insults like, oh, he's stupid, or he's an idiot, or stuff like that. They're not even school level, that's like nursery level. Jesus Christ. That's how intellectual I am. And gosh, if you know me and you want to see my reports, don't read them, because you probably have a stroke trying. And if you don't have a stroke and you somehow understand the rubbish that I write in my academic report, academic, yeah, they're totally academic, aren't they? Yes, they're academic just because I go to university. But yeah, if you understand what they say, you'll probably still be like, okay, I understand all of these words, but I don't have a single clue what they mean together in this context. Probably mostly me explaining my own code in a really roundabout way, because I suck at explaining things. Which is funny, because my mother has said that she would like me to become a teacher rather than a programmer or something similar. And I just think, no, I'm not good with people, and I'm not good at explaining things. I'd be an awful teacher. And also, that would mean I'd have to, like, you know, stay in education even more to become a teacher. And I don't want to stay in education anymore after university. Heck, I don't really want to go on and do a doctorate, if I'm honest. But I might. And the reason why I don't want to do a doctorate is because, one, I don't think I'd be good at it. Two, I don't want to be called Dr. Martin. And three, well, I'll just fail it pretty much. And but three, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to do all of the work that you have to do, either in time or at all, because I feel like it'd be too much for me. Because I'm already struggling with the amount of work I have to do now, which is funny because the rest of my class, well, the rest of my peers, my classmates, are still doing work that was due back at Christmas, and it is now June. So I don't know. Maybe none of us. Alright. I don't know who the hell I hit, but sure. But yeah, maybe none of us are meant for university. And we just kind of have to stumble our way through. Oh yeah, that did cause a ton of damage. I don't even know what I hit. Imagine though, if like crashes could be solved that simply. Just, oh, you crash into me, instantly fined, and that's it, over and done with. No more fuss, no more hassle, no reporting to insurance companies. Just the person who did it has to pay, and boom. But that could never happen because, like, you have to have like investigations and evidence to prove who did it. Or the other person could just lie, that too. And here we are at another toll booth. This country seems mildly obsessed with them. Although, to be fair, from what I remember, France had quite a lot of toll booths too. Excuse me, I burped again. Oh, but now that I think about it, for the first time in my life, yesterday I had a steak, a beef steak specifically, and it was just a rump, so apparently, I don't know much, but apparently the rump isn't that good, because there are other parts that taste way better, but my god, was it delicious. First time I've ever had beef steak, and my god, was it delicious. And it all started out on a whim of, hey, this beef burger stuff is pretty nice. I imagine that a beef steak would be okay too. And so I had it, and it was really nice. And I can still taste it right now, and because we're coming up to lunchtime, I am getting quite hungry. And yes, I can still taste it right now, somehow. I don't know. I've brushed my teeth twice since then, and yet I can still somehow taste it. It's just stuck to my mouth, apparently. But my god, it was delicious. But it wasn't like you'd expect. It didn't taste like a beef burger. It tasted like its own thing. And it was... it was... I wanted to say it was a Jamie Oliver recipe, but Jamie Oliver just makes me laugh. I'm not going to get into that, though, because I can't really say why, because I don't even know myself. But it was basically mixed in olive oil and a bunch of herbs. Still quite nice, though. And had it with chips and some nice broccoli. And to all those people who say it's not, broccoli is actually really nice. It's one of the only vegetables that I actually enjoy. You give me a carrot and I'll practically throw up trying to eat it. Because carrots, oh my god, carrots are the worst. Not as bad as celery, so they're not the worst, but they're terrible, I tell you. Although I will have them in my own bolognese recipe. My bolognese recipe basically being my parents' recipe, plus the normal recipe, plus carrots. So it's not unique at all. But It's still a thing. Also, I don't know if this is the same guy, but this same vehicle is ahead of me again. And it's going really slow compared to me, which is funny because I'm a truck. So I should be going even slower. Most people see like trucks as going really slow, but I see them going slow at first and then going really fast when people realize, oh no, we can't stop this anymore. Alright. That's something this game doesn't do too well. How instantly the speed limits change. But fair's fair, I didn't notice the speed limit change, so... Oh, I can see the end point now. We are nearly there. We're nearly there, Arthur. Just one more big score. We're nearly there. Yes, in the time between the last video of this and this video, I have actually watched Red Dead Redemption 2. All 18 hours of it. I didn't play it myself because I've heard a lot of how it's a good game, just it's not fun because of how realistic it tries to be. And so I just watched the cutscenes online, and it's pretty good as far as video game cutscenes go. It's pretty good, but yeah, the story is kind of stupid, and I can't really say much more. But that whole Dutch having a plan thing is probably the silliest part now, if you think about it. Also, was he always a psychopath? Or did he become one did he become one after being hit in the head on that streetcar job? They're called streetcars, right? I mean, he has to be pretty dumb if he thinks that a streetcar station has like enough money to buy a boat and go to Tahiti, but also why Tahiti? I'm pretty sure going to Tahiti would just end up being like that whole island mission. Which, by the way, that whole island section is completely stupid and this guy's running a red light. Okay. Okay then. He just ran a red light. But yeah, that whole Tahiti... Not Tahiti. That whole island mission is really, really stupid. Thank you. Just blind him to thank you. That's how you do. And then I can't be bothered making sure this goes in correctly, so let's just... There we go. All this way to Romania just to give off some... just to give off some used plastic. I don't know how you do that. Let's just do that. Whoa! And let's save. Not load. Jesus, I don't want to load. And we will now get some jobs from this company. It automatically positions you where they needed it, but whatever. I'm pretty sure truck drivers in real life don't get the choice of where they want to put it. They just, have to put it where they're told. Come on. Yeah, you have to change gear in because most games have it where if you hold the brake, it eventually reverses. In this game, you have to let go of the accelerator or brake and then press it again to change gear. So, that would take us to Calvi in, well, I don't remember what this island of Italy is called. That's Sicily, that's a place. And it'll take us to Germany. Or we could go to Austria, which isn't as far. Or to Sweden. Or back to England, if we want. But you know, these guys need their batteries. So, we're taking some batteries. Yes, this video is going to be even longer than I planned. There's the trailer I had originally. So yeah, you can see now that I own this truck because, well, I wouldn't be able to drive it on my own because they'd have it all sorted out for me otherwise. I don't know what the if was supposed to be. It didn't teleport. You saw nothing. I have not actually yet been to Italy in this game, so this is going to be another first. Now, let's see if I can actually drive well this time, rather than satisfactory. Well, to call the previous run satisfactory would be an would be an overstatement, not an understatement. Also, the truck kept hissing for a second then. Go! So here's a thing you might not have noticed. The way this game does it is once you're in a city, it shows various buildings around you to give the illusion that there's more to the city than just this. But once you leave, those buildings disappear. Damn it. Did it again.
Go on. Come on, we are holding.
Thank you. Yeah, at this rate, I think I should just abandon driving in real life if this is what it's going to be like for me. Oh yeah, and I need to indicate too. Seems like the kind of road where you'd need a traffic light. That was your fault. Screw you. Luckily, no damage to the cargo. If you have damage to the cargo, you lose money. Also, I'm in the wrong lane. Yay. But also, I realized we were in Warsaw. A place I have heard a ton about, but I know nothing about. I just constantly hear about it, like, people mention it, but don't ever say why. Like, why are we talking about Warsaw? And it also just makes me think, was there some sort of war that took place in Warsaw, apart from the obvious one, that gave it its name Warsaw? That sounds like I'm like questioning something in another language. Warsaw? Warsaw? That must be incredibly racist. Also, we no need to Why can't I talk? We no need to worry. We no longer need to worry about running out of money, for I have now £44,000. Also, I don't actually know the button for the horn. Now that I just suddenly remember it, because the button that you'd expect to be the horn is actually your hazards. And unless something goes seriously wrong, I should not be using my hazards. I don't actually know if you even need to use your hazards in this game. Whoa! We're off on another journey! Another, even. Not another. But yeah, we're off on another journey across Europe to Italy. Will we make it? Will we fail? Will I crash and die? Find out next time on whatever the hell this has been. I'm your host, MrHatman26, and I am not signing off because we've got a job to do, and by gosh, we're doing it. I just thought I'd have a bit of fun by pretending that it was over. But if you've watched this channel at all, which if you have, why? But also, you'd know that my endings aren't nearly that energetic, because I'm not a very energetic person. So yes, we're continuing on to Italy. Why I've lost the ability to talk normally, I don't actually know. Because I'm not usually this bad at talking. Why do the speed limits here change so drastically? We've just gone from 50 to 43 to 25. Which reminds me, in my area, there's a dual carriageway, which is a really, really, really small stretch of dual carriageway. And yet it is 70 miles an hour and goes through a neighbourhood. And that neighbourhood goes at 20 miles an hour. And so they have to have a slip road. But all it takes for something to go massively wrong is for some kid in those neighbourhoods that surround the dual carriageway to just waltz down the road that connects to the slip road and not be paying attention, and they will then be a red mist. Sorry to be gross there, but I'm not joking. There would be. They really, really would be. So, what are you going to do about it? Well, government could, make it safer and reduce the speed limit of that dual carriageway, considering that all of the other roads around it at most are 40 miles an hour. I don't know why it's a national speed limit road, but it is, and it's 70 miles an hour. But specifically, apparently it's like that because it's got the word M, not the letter M in its name. But it is actually it's both an A road and an M road at the same time, which is confusing. You've also got another road like that called the A1M1. Sorry, the A1M, not the M1 is another motorway, but it's called the A1M apparently because parts of it are motorway and parts of it are just a normal A road. Which, why be so needlessly complicated? It's good that we've got a way of saying when a road is occasionally going to be a motorway, but still, it's a bit silly. Also, is that Russian? That looked Russian. And no, I'm not going to mention this whole bloody situation going on in the world right now. I am not mentioning it. I am not going to mention its name. You will probably know it, but I am not going to say it. Because it is really, really stupid. And that is the most I am going to say on the situation. That is my thoughts. But stupid is an understatement. Alright, that took a while to open. Hey, do you need any oil? Because it seems like it took a while for that to open. So, in this game, that whole situation's not happening. The UK never left Europe, and everything is pretty much as it was in 2015, I suppose. Wow. Remember 2015? That feels like forever ago. I don't even remember what happened in 2015. It all seems like a haze now, like all of the things anybody worried about in 2015 are just meaningless now. They don't mean anything. Everything that could have potentially gone wrong in 2015 has happened. Or didn't happen. We will never know. And so we can't change the past, but also we can't remember it. Oh, a bridge, which means lighting. Yay! I actually have just realized. How long has it been dark for? I think it's been dark ever since. No. Has it been dark ever since we left port? Or is it just as we were approaching Romania? I can't remember. It must have been while we were approaching Romania because it's only just about to go midnight. Meanwhile, in real life, it's 42 minutes past 11. And it's probably going to take me another further 2 hours to get where I'm going. So I should have gone with the shorter jobs, to be honest. Also, there's no fuel here. This is just a truck stop. Although I'd expect a truck stop to actually have fuel. But my oh my, what's the life of a trucker really like? I do wonder. I mean, I don't know how you don't go crazy when half the time you're sat alone like this with nobody to talk to but yourself. How do you not go insane from that? I mean, you do fall asleep, but how do you not go insane first? Well, eventually, not first. What the hell am I on about? It seems like a very lonely life, being a trucker. But hey, if it gives you this much money in real life, just for a simple transcontinental trip, who cares, right? I don't think it's transcontinental, you moron. Transcontinental is going across continents. We didn't exactly leave Europe, did we? Is it all Europe, this game, though? Or is it... does it include parts of the world that aren't European? This is something else I also have to ask. Is Russia European? Or is Russia its own continent? Like, what is Russia? Is it Europe? Or is it just Russian? Because even though England's left the European Union, it's still European. And my oh my, how we have lived to regret that decision. A decision that I could not decide upon myself because I could not vote at the time. Because I was not of age. And now all I can do, I can't even complain at the people who voted, but all I can do is just laugh at everyone who realizes how bad things are getting because we left the European Union, and oh my god, there I go again! There I go again! There I go again, talking about politics. This is exactly why I abandoned the last video, because I did that a hell of a lot more. A hell of a lot more. I'm probably gonna leave that whole bit in because it's pretty tame. I think. I assume it's tame at least. But the things I got to in the last video, I don't even know. Like, at one point I think I did get into LGBTQ plus issues without even thinking about it. And I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't like my takes on what I refer to as alphabet soup. And I just want to clarify that I do not call it alphabet soup out of disdain or hatred or anything. I call it alphabet soup because I just think that the actual acronym is way too much of a mouthful to say to reasonably say. So I said it once, and now I'm going to keep saying alphabet soup because that's honestly more memorable than the actual acronym, if I am honest. And also there seems to be, yeah, that cow is getting quite close to me. Or was I getting close to it? I don't know. I'm going crazy because it's night time. That was not funny. But, yeah. Basically, I'll put my views straight now that I've mentioned it. Basically, I do not give a damn who you are, what you are, or anything like that. As long as you're a decent, good person, that's all that matters to me. You could be the ugliest person on the planet, and as long as you're a nice person, you're fine by me. And also, time to slow down because we're coming up to another toll booth. And also slow down to less than 25 miles an hour. There we go. Because the speed limit is a bit stupid. But yeah, I don't care who you are. You could be the gayest person on the planet. And as long as you're nice and friendly and not a complete douche to everybody, well, you can be my friend if you want. Although I doubt you'd want to be, because I'm probably the most annoying person on the planet. Yeah, I'm probably the most annoying person on the planet now that I think about it. Not the most annoying planet, because I'm not a planet. Although with how fat I am, I probably could be considered a planet. Okay, I'm not as fat as some people, but I'm not of good weight either. So there's that. But yeah, I don't care. You can be trans, you can be lesbian, you can be whatever the hell you want. It's just, I will say that, oh god. Alright then. I will say that, I will say this, because I forgot what I was originally going to say. I will say this. I will assume gender. Not out of malice or anything like that, but because that's how my brain works. I will assume what I think something is. And if I don't know what something is, I will ask. And so if I get your gender wrong, please tell me. And I will try my best, because I've got a poor memory. I will try my best to remember and call you that. Although I guarantee you, by accident, I may say the wrong word. Although, if I'm honest, I say we just abolish the whole concept of gender to begin with. I don't know what to replace it with, but like, maybe get rid of it entirely. Like, get rid of it entirely, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about it now before I say something even worse than what I've already said. Because I imagine I'm gonna say something completely stupid without thinking about what it means. Not out of malice or anything again, as I said. And anybody watching this video will absolutely lose their minds. Because for some reason I don't get it myself, but everybody goes absolutely buck wild when it comes to gender. Meanwhile, I'm just like, yeah, I'm male. I don't give a damn about being male. I could be a plant for all I care. I really don't care about my gender. I'd love to be genderless. Oh, I've just read the thing. Oh, okay. So we're getting a ticket rather than paying for the stretch of the road. Okay. The way it works in France is you just pay for every single toll booth rather than holding onto a ticket like we're in a car park. But yeah, I don't get why people absolutely lose their bloody minds when it comes to gender. I get that. I really do understand that people are like bullied and discriminated against over it. But I don't understand either side. Why do you care about your gender? Just be whatever you want to be. And why do you care about bullying people who don't conform to gender norms? I don't get it. I don't get a lot of things, though, about humans. And sometimes I do genuinely feel like I'm an alien. Because the way I act and the way I think and stuff just feels like I'm doing it all wrong. Like, for example, something I find absolutely hilarious for some reason is people doing hand gestures when they're talking. I don't know why, but when I notice that they're doing the hand gestures, I will slowly start laughing. Because it's really weird to me, because whenever I talk, I barely do any hand gestures, if at all. And so I just find it really weird. And so, why do people do hand gestures? I don't know. Why don't I do hand gestures? I don't know. It's really, really weird. Also, I've just realized that this game, recording it is using more CPU than just Ghost. What the hell? Oh god, I might need to refuel again. Apparently going into Romania and back out of Romania uses a lot of fuel. Have we left Romania yet? Pretty sure we haven't. But yeah, there's a lot of things I don't understand. And here's another one, I can't really read facial or body language. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a genderless alien. God damn it, I went and did it again, didn't I? So if you heard all of that, that means I decided like a fool to keep this video. Because I think that wasting the past few hours was a waste of time, would be a waste of time. And so if you're hearing this, please don't hate me. I'm not really a bad person. Please. I just get confused on stuff like gender and the like, and why people care so much about it. I really don't understand why people care about gender. So let's stop talking about that now, and talk about the fact that I'm bloody hungry. Yay. I don't know what I'm gonna have, because there's not really much in. Also, I've just realised that on OBS, it's Euro Truck Simulator is a lot darker on OBS than it is on my screen. Like, I can see quite far ahead still. Like, I can still see the sky, but on OBS you can barely see it. Weird. I wish my version of the game looked like it does in OBS now, because it looks a lot better in OBS. Whereas on my screen it looks a bit too bright. Probably because I've set the brightness quite high. But also, it's not a monitor, so it's meant for television, not games. Pretty much. So, I'm gonna have a break here and get some lunch. And from the way it'll look in the video is that I haven't left at all, but I will have. And I, after so long, am back. Because there was a bunch of stuff I had to do, and it is now 2 o'clock, specifically 2:30. So I don't even remember what I was on about. And oh my god, what's he doing? Okay. Okay. Usually the AI stops for you, but I guess he wasn't an AI, maybe. But yes. I baked some shortbread, and it's terrible because I overcooked it. Because I didn't use enough butter, it wasn't going golden, so I thought it was undercooked when in reality it was not. And I wasn't able to use enough butter because we didn't have enough butter, surprisingly. And we're going back into Germany now. Alright then. Bit weird that. How you don't have to pay to cross the border or anything. And now, back to the national speed limit of 50. Yes. And we're on our way back to Italy, in the island of Italy that I can't remember the name of. So I'm just going to refer to it as, I'm just going to incorrectly refer to it from now on as Medici, even though that's from Just Cause and that's the Mediterranean. But yeah, baking is really hard. Really, really hard. And I was only baking because my grandmother wanted some shortbread of my own. But I'm not good at making shortbread. That's why it took so long. And also it got really warm all of a sudden, when it was mildly warm earlier. One might refer to it as being cold earlier. But whatever, the shortbread's done now and it's quite hard, honestly. But also because I didn't use enough butter, it didn't stick together like it was supposed to. It stuck together at first, but after I rolled it out to put it into pieces, it didn't stay stuck together when I tried to roll it again. So I just had to keep trying, and so I don't know how, hopefully each of the biscuits will have stayed stuck together after cooking, but I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Also, I may or may not have put too much sugar on them. But it's a treat, so who cares if the treat kills you? It's a treat, it's supposed to kill you. Or something like that, I suppose. And now we're heading, we are just heading back the way we came. Not for long though, we're going down here. And then we're going to join up with the road I've already been down. And just keep going, pretty much. But apparently we'll be there by tomorrow, and oh my god, a truck just got stopped. Wonder if I had anything to do with it. So, shortbread is one of the best biscuits you can have. Because it's simple. It's really simple. All it is flour, sugar, and flour, cast sugar, and butter. It's that simple. And then you mix them all together, then you knead it into a dough, and then you roll that dough and use like a cookie cutter or something to cut it up, and then put it in the oven at 150 degrees for 20 minutes. I did it for 30. Because after 20 minutes, it didn't look like they were cooked, and what you're supposed to do is when you get them out of the oven, you're supposed to stab them, which is why they have those lines on them if you get them fresh from a baker's. And that's just a check. Basically, if anything comes off and sticks to the knife instead, so primarily the dough, not the sugar, that means it's undercooked. And so you need to put it in a bit more, and both times it did that for me until the final time. So God knows what the correct amount of time for the shortbread I made was. One biscuit that's way better is custard cream. Second only followed by a bourbon biscuit. Problem with bourbons is once you've had a couple or so, the taste just gets repetitive, I guess you could say, and so it becomes really boring, I suppose. Like, really boring. But custard creams, they in my opinion, never kiss old. They are delish, and I would really love some right now, but I don't have any. And with the past few days of celebration, I think I'm over bad food. Let's just do this. That would be so illegal. I'm not sure I would be able to keep control of the truck if I actually did that in real life. Heck, would a good truck driver even be able to do that? Well, they wouldn't, would they? Because they'd be a good truck driver. What speed? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting Germany has infinite speed, technically speaking. Or technically speeding, if you want to make a pun, I suppose. Oh, another truck stopped by police. Have we got like terrorists transporting goods to terrorists or something? Or maybe they stole a truck? What is going on? I just hope we don't run into one of those random events where the entire road is closed. Because that is a tad awkward. So, it's been a while since we've had any rain, but that's because I've been baking. And although it sounds simple, shortbread, for me, is actually quite hard to make because I don't honestly understand how to knead, so I just do what I think is kneading until the dough sticks together, which can take anywhere from about half an hour to only a few minutes. It's weirdly inconsistent the way I do it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong either. Let's try not to hit the... Oh, we hit it still. Oh well. Jesus, we've used a lot of fuel in this video. That is a lot of Coca-Cola bottles. Imagine in this game if there was a way to sneak out of petrol stations without having to pay for the fuel. That would be illegal. That's something I don't understand. The oil industry, specifically petrol and well, all fuel, is slowly but surely running out. In fact, it's actually quicker than I said. It's way quick. But, like, why haven't they tried to make a way to make the fuel last forever through science? Because if you're in the forestry industry, the minute you run out of trees, the minute your business is dead. So, why not? Why not try? Seriously, why not try to find alternate fuels that are like growable, I suppose you could say. Like biofuels. Why don't we use biofuels yet? If I remember rightly, biofuels in England are illegal. Or I think I might be thinking of a specific one. And I think that's to protect the government from not having taxes to play with. And oh my god, how many trucks are we dealing with right now? Right, time for damages. Thanking you! You actually stopped. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of traffic. Yeah, I think after this video I'm gonna tone down the traffic so I don't have to deal with problems like that again. Because that's just ridiculous and is probably the reason, well, I think the only reason I've got the truck that damaged this far is because of how much of an idiot I am. Whatever. And we are on Motorway 9. Is that really how they label motorways in Germany? They just number them? Alright then. And speak of the rain, we've got rain again. It's always nice on the motorway when, well, when everything's clear, so you can see all the things you're missing by speeding past them. All the towns that have no people because you're speeding past them. And just seeing all the stuff around, but it's actually way more fun to go down rural roads. When, and in both of these cases, I'm referring to when you're not driving. When you are driving, you don't get to have a nice look at everything. Nah, you've got to focus on signs, the road, and your car. Can't have fun. Which is why I don't understand why people enjoy driving. It's not fun. Unless it's in a situation like this where there aren't as many things to pay attention to, so I can actually just switch camera and look around and admire my truck, maybe, and not actually pay attention. Whereas in real life there would be a car in front of me or something, and I'd have to keep make sure that I'm not going too fast, otherwise I might hit them. Of course, still have that in this game, but just not usually with cars. It's more caravans and other trucks that you have to deal with. But in that case, they're so big that how could you miss them? Unless you're an idiot like me, who missed a caravan earlier. At least a towing caravan. And of course, speak of the devil, we have to slow down because of this guy. Thank you. Going 38 miles an hour along a busy motorway. Well, I say that, it's not very busy. Oh, now I say that though, the cars just appear out of nowhere. Maybe it's because I'm going slow. Maybe. I don't know. And I can't quite say. Except that I can now go faster because that guy's turned off. Yay! In real life, I'd be like, oh yay, an obstacle, so I have an excuse not to go so fast. But in the game, I'm like, oh yay, no obstacles, so I have an excuse to go fast. It's really weird how I don't know why it is. It just feels a lot scarier when you're actually in this position. Whereas driving along as I am now in the game, I know if I crash, there's probably not going to be anything wrong with me because I'm not actually here. And even if I do crash, it's just a slap on the wrist with some, you know, fines and maybe even more money spent to fix the truck. That's it. You don't have to worry about death, whereas in real life, I don't think I could willingly drive a truck without being deathly scared. Because it is honestly terrifying. And I've been around trucks in my driving lessons, and it's not pleasant. It is not pleasant in the slightest. You see, I don't know if this is like realistic road design for Germany, but if Germany doesn't have slip roads, what the hell is going on? Because slip roads, you know, kind of important to bring other cars up to speed, so I don't have to keep doing the illegal maneuver of quickly changing lanes, so I don't have to hit people. The road design in this game is all over the place though, so I won't be surprised if even like the other countries are pretty unrealistic, which is a shame because roads are a lot worse than it. Well, a lot harder to navigate than this. Apart from those goddamn turny roads in England in this game, where you have to do a full 360 loop, and also not that. God damn it. How many times am I gonna do this? It's not that hard to notice a car in your mirror and go, oh no, I should probably not do that. God damn. I mean, I could use the excuse of, oh, I didn't see him because he blended in because of this white car. But no, I can't use that excuse because I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong because that's not actually what happened. And, oh my god, that is a tall bridge. This road, for some reason, has suddenly reminded me of Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. Which is a pretty good game, just a bit too repetitive. And just like this game, it's fun in short bursts. And we've got an entire in-game day, and in there, basically another one before we reach our destination. I didn't think that Romania was 2 or 3 days away from Italy, but I guess that's how quick 50 miles an hour is. Can't trust cruise control. Why did you speed up cruise control? Why? I didn't tell you to. I just told you to stay at 47 miles an hour. Not speed up. Does cruise control actually affect brakes, or is it just simply acceleration? Because if not, that's a bit weird. And we've barely lost any fuel. I would have thought it'd be like a quarter of the way down by now, but we aren't. Which is interesting. It's not very interesting, but it is. But it's not. But it is. I wonder what the furthest you can actually drive in Europe as a truck driver is. Like, can you actually go all the way from Romania to England, or vice versa? Or is that just illegal? I don't know, as I said earlier, and I gotta stop saying that because that's probably racist. And we are coming up to something. I don't know. I couldn't really tell what that sign said. I could not tell what that sign said. Getting quite busy now. But it looks like we're gonna have some reprieve from the rain. The rain doesn't actually affect driving all that much, which is weird. I think it could affect how long it takes you to stop, but don't usually have to deal with that in this game. So yeah, I wonder, does it actually affect the driving, or is it purely cosmetic? Well, it's not purely cosmetic, because if you don't have wipers on and you get caught by police, you will get fined. But other than that, it doesn't do much else. As I said, at least it doesn't feel like it does much else. And here are all these people going past me really quick, and the other side of the road is empty. Surprisingly. I guess this is like a form of rush hour, maybe? And we can not turn our lights off, even, not lives. How does one turn lights off? I cannot turn light off, apparently. Well, I guess we'll just have to stick with lights on for now. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button entirely. L doesn't do anything. And K, as I've just remembered, is high beams. So you got K, which sends the high beams on only if you've got the lights on already. Like that. So that turns on the cabin lights, that's the regular lights, and that is the high beams, which you don't want to have on unless you're on a really rural road where there's no other cars. And then you've got J for flashing people. Where have we've long since gone past the point where we turn left rather than down the original route. But then we are going to meet up here where I've driven before and then turn off there. So I think where the roads change colour to being red is where Germany ends. And just want to point out, oh, I thought I saw a really, yeah, the absurdity of this road. Wonder what's going on there. Oh no, I'm in a slip road. Oh, I think the game wanted me to go up there. Huh. Why did the game want me to go up there? Alright, well let's see the next route then. Oh, we're going right. So we were originally going to go down here, but now we're going over here. Because I thought going off the off-ramp was bad because, I'll be honest, this sat-nav sometimes isn't very clear on what it wants you to do. But that may just be because I'm a really big bloody idiot, as opposed to the game's problem, I don't know. Going quite fast here, especially for a slip road. So the motorway becomes a slip road. God bloody damn it, again. No damage to the cargo, however. Actually, there has been, but eh. The cargo itself inside is fine, it's just the trailer. So after all's said and done, and the video ends, I'm probably going to head real quickly to a mechanic's after fast travelling back to England. Because that's the thing you can do, and if I remember rightly, it actually progresses time as if you travel it. So to you it's not fast travel. To you it's fast travel, but to the person you play as, it's not. Oh yeah. That's a really stupid offence. Because as far as I'm aware, you don't actually have to have your headlights on in rain. As far as I'm aware. Also, I didn't see the copper who saw me, so who cares? Well, at least it keeps me on my toes, I suppose. And go in here before the entire road decides to fill up, as it did earlier. Yeah, it was gonna fill up real quickly, and I don't have the time to slow down. If only I did, I suppose. So we're heading for that place that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. There is actually an effect to having a damaged truck by, and that is the worse the damage to the truck itself gets, the more often you'll have the engine just cutting out automatically for no reason, and so you'll have to quickly start it so that you don't come to a complete standstill. But then I think, I don't know if I'm making this up or if it's an actual thing, but if your truck gets even more damaged, it'll take a few attempts to turn the truck on. And then 100%, well, you can guess, it fails. I don't actually know what happens if your truck gets fully beaten up, but I don't want to really find out. Because I assume all that happens is you get recovery and then you have to pay for damages. Which is not fun. Who wants to pay for damages of all things? Like, seriously. Damages are not fun. And now we're losing the third lane. Because why not? Not like I need it, to be perfectly honest. I honestly did think that the rain was gonna let up. But apparently hasn't. Which is kind of weird. But realistic, I suppose. Let's get a nice view, I suppose, of my truck. Meow. Even though that's not what a truck sounds like. Oh, I didn't mean to press that. Pressing G apparently brings up the garages menu to show you your garages. I only have one, and all that it employs is me. And so it's practically a dump, and so when I'm not there, I suppose like a gang takes over or something, and so every time I go back to the garage I have to call the police, and then there's a massive war between the gang and the police, and then I'm just sat there going, why is this happening every single time I want to go back to the garage? And none of that happens. It may look like a dump, but apparently it looks so much like a dump that even a gang doesn't want to take over it, I suppose. Maybe I'll show it off at the end of this video, if I remember to, because this video is going to be long enough. Especially since I started at 9 and it's now 3. But in my defense, there was some break between that. 2 to 3 hours of break, but part of that was not break, it was me baking shortbread, as we already bloody well know. So I'm going to stop bringing that up, because nobody cares about me baking shortbread, of all things. And the police here in Germany look really weird. Like, for a split second I didn't know that that was the police until I saw the lights on top. You could fool me into thinking that was a taxi, because I'm that dumb. And we're nearly halfway through this day, and then we will be on our way. So we've now got a day and a half left, and we will reach our destination in Italy, a place I've never been. I have enjoyed the journey up till now because I've had various things to discuss, because I've gone through new places, but we are just going back to Germany again, and there's not really much with Germany that I want to talk about, because it's just Germany. I mean, it's not the worst country in the world, but it's certainly not the most interesting country. At least modern day wise, it's not interesting. Like, What does Germany do that's unique? I guess they are heavily focused on recycling things, but I don't know if that's just like lies or if that actually is a thing. I mean, maybe they are heavily focused on it, but the trucks never reach any recycling plants and they just dump them so that they don't have to pay. But then I imagine them delivering things would get them paid. I don't know, it's a whole complicated mess, is recycling. Like, who knows if your recycling bin actually gets put in the recycling truck, or if the recycling truck actually reaches the recycling plant and isn't just disguised to look like a recycling truck and is actually just a normal rubbish truck. There was once a story that I read where that exact thing happened, where a crew, I think it was a BBC story, a crew basically followed a truck, a rubbish truck specifically, and for some reason it went across Europe, just across Europe, even though it works in England, and dumped all of its cargo in a random landfill, which gave it greater pay than a recycling centre. And that is one of the problems. Recycling needs to be put into more focus. All of this kind of rubbish does. Like, if the government is so concerned about losing out on money that they get from taxing petrol, why not just have everybody turn over to biofuels and have biofuels to be heavily taxed instead? Like, wow, that doesn't make any sense. The things the government could do if they just, like, put themselves together and stop basically looking and acting like a drunken fool. Because that is pretty much what the government is nowadays. They're just all drunken fools who don't really know anything about how to run a country, as far as I can tell, because they're all more concerned with getting power than actually... They're more concerned with getting power than getting power. And if you understood what I said there, congratulations, you win a virtual biscuit. It will be sent to you in 666 billion years. By which point you will be dead, so I will no longer have to give it to you. Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan, indeed. Also, here's a fun fact about this game. For some reason, England specifically has the most amounts of motorway. For some reason, even though it's the smallest country. So, these guys were heavily focused on the UK, for some reason. Which is weird. I've also never played Euro Truck Simulator 1. I've never even seen it, to be honest. So, I have no idea what the original Euro Truck Simulator's like. And it's, been quite nice. It's been quite nice. That we're going down roads that, are quite busy and stuff. Not quite busy, like motorways and stuff. Alright, you're stopping that guy, not me. That's really stupid. That is one of the really stupid rules in this game. But yeah, there is actually a way you can, I can't remember how specifically, I think it might be in the settings, because that's the reason why I opened the map, because I thought it would be there. But there is actually a way to tell it to go down more scenic routes, or to just go down, well, just to go down the most direct route. And if I remember rightly, mine is set to go down the scenic route. But I don't think it is, because before, when I had that set, it was taking me down tons of rural roads rather than motorways. What the hell was that? It did it again behind me. Did you see that? There was a phantom truck. There was a phantom trailer, even. What the hell was that? That was really weird. I got really scared for a second. Oh god, that was like the start of some creepypasta or something. Oh, everything was going well. But then, a truck came out of nowhere. And it caused me to crash. And it wasn't like other times in the game where crashing would just be a slight bump and I'm fine. No, it was hyper realistic, and I watched in real time as my truck driver got impaled by fragments of the truck that he was driving, as the rest of the truck just got entirely crushed by the phantom trailer. God, that is every single bloody creepypasta. Now, creepypastas might be creepy if they weren't so similar. I get this supposed to be a play on copypasta, but at least try to put some effort in them, because it seems nowadays most people don't. Although, I will be honest, the last time I read a creepypasta was probably when I was like 12, so quite a long time ago. And that was probably the time I started this channel, all those years ago, and I was underage to start the channel. Yay. So, sue me if you want, I suppose. And while you're here, if you've somehow managed to get to this part of the video without killing yourself through sheer boredom, don't go to those old videos, because they're terrible. They truly are. Okay, this is actually quite a high road. I didn't fully understand just how high it was when I came down here before. Wow. I'm so glad I'm not driving over this. In real life, I've yet to drive over, like, a big enough bridge to have me worry about it falling, because I am scared of heights. But I have been over a really high bridge in a train, and my god, I like, me and my family had gone under it casual, like, dozens and dozens and dozens of times before I got on this train. But being on a car on the ground, you don't, like, get enough perspective for how high that bridge actually is. And so when you actually get on the bridge on a train, my god, it's high. Also, before I got on the train, I thought the bridge was abandoned, because I never saw any trains on it. That's just how high it is. But I didn't know that at the time, so... Is it really idiocy if you don't know? Yes. Yes it is, because that's one part of being an idiot, is not knowing things. Oh, is it gonna still be raining? It's gonna still be raining. It's a shame that, like, the roads don't change colour to reflect the fact that it's raining, because they looked exactly the same as if it was dry. Although here, the road has changed colour, weirdly enough. Okay. I say something that's not happening and suddenly it starts happening. It's the eternal curse of the Let's Player. Although I'd hardly call this a Let's Play, really. Oh, and also it wants me to turn off. Okay. Why am I turning off? And then it wants me to head to the left. Alright. What's going on? Or is it just think that this is the quickest route? Because if it thinks this is the quickest route, I don't know what's going on. cruise control doesn't work at this speed. Yep, it thought this was the quickest route apparently. The hell, game? Why'd you do this to me? I could have stayed on that motorway and not have to stop for some traffic. God damn it. You can give way to me. Because I'm already going pretty fast. We're actually still quite far away, but from this point of view it looks like you're practically next to them. We may be here for some time. At least until that truck decides to go. This is why, again, slip roads are necessary. And I'm just gonna... No, can't. I'm just gonna casually run into that truck, waste some more of my money, obviously, and keep going. God damn it, game, why'd you send me down there? Why did I follow it? I mean, I saw that it was taking me to the same road, so why the hell did I follow it? And this is the border between Germany and, not that, Germany and Italy, maybe? Could be France. I don't know where we are, because it doesn't actually tell you. We are in Italy, I think. There's a very Italian truck behind us. And also that looks like the Italian police that I've seen totally before. On my many visits to Italy that I've had. Even though I've only ever been abroad once in my entire life. I have been to Italy a whole bunch of times, yeah. I haven't, but sure. Right, let's see what Italian roads are like. Not good first impressions because a motorway suddenly becomes a one-lane thing. Yay. No overtaking. Great. And they use a different line to represent that. Was it just me, or is there no overtaking signs in Germany? Because, oh no, not this part. These roads are really tight. So, you have to not die. Okay, there we go. Still technically hit the thing, whatever. Yeah, these roads are really tight. For trucks, so this is a bit annoying. And yeah, we made it. You better stay there, white car. Thank you. I'm not giving way to more traffic. I may be experiencing the symptoms of road rage. And I may want to turn down the amount of traffic, as I've repeatedly said. Also, it doesn't really feel like we've gone anywhere different. That was a bit of a bump. It just means now that we no longer have the nice autobahn where we could just cruise along pretty much. Now we've got whatever this road is. Oh. Rain has ended apparently at some point. I don't know when. But apparently it did. So that's nice. I suppose. And why do we keep losing lanes? Meow. Yeah. 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 Let's turn that off. Because copyright dictates that I have to. I don't even know if I can play a few seconds of that as a joke. You stick to your side of the road, truck, and all will be fine. And I'm just going to completely forget the rules of the road and stay in this lane so I don't have to deal with potentially going down an off-ramp. Then what if I miss an off-ramp? We'll have to go even further. Also, there is more cargo that you can deliver compared to just regular trailers, but they all practically handle the same, pretty much. And what are they doing there? Weird. Oh, and if you're curious, the controls of this game are WASD, like I said, brake. Handbrake is space. Regular brake is S. And if you're already holding the brake, like I said earlier, you'll have to let go a bit and then press it again to go into reverse. Same if you're in reverse and you're already holding W for some reason. And then to look around, it's just the mouse. Just the mouse. But there's other ways of controlling the game, and it's primarily made to work with gaming steering wheels. Oh, it wants us to go into this lane, so I'm going to listen to it. Because that worked out so well before, didn't it? Now that I've got that much damage, great. I think it's 10% where your engine starts cutting out. But don't quote me on that, because I don't know a single piece of anything. I thought there was someone stood on top of that windmill over there for a second. Kind of looks like it. Oh no, the creepypastas. They're spreading. What do we do? I don't know. I suppose we just deal with it, get on with our day, and maybe one day we'll have to deal with a creepypasta lest it kills us all. But until then, well, we've all got jobs to do. We've all got lives to live. So what's the point of worrying about any of it? Oh, we've got a really fast trucker going past us now. Speed limit's 50! 50! To be fair though, you're probably measuring it in kilometers, so it's more accurate, so you might be able to go a tiny bit faster, potentially. I don't know. All I know is that you're probably breaking the speed limit and no one's doing anything about it. Whereas, as soon as I do anything, apparently the police are suddenly omnipotent in this game. At least it's not as bad as it once was, where even if there were no police, because there were no police back then, you would instantly get charged for the offence. Even if you were in the middle of a forest, say, you'd get charged with the offence somehow. And also, we're reaching the part of the road that I've already been down, which means I have been to Italy. Either that, or this is France. And looking at the signs, I think we're in France, not Italy. What's with all these weird bumps? I suppose they're just parts where the developers haven't really been paying attention and they're a bit lower than they should be. Yeah, they look French. What did that sign mean? I guess it was a place called whatever that is that I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Jesus, wow. We're still going. Nearly night time now. I've just realised I'd had my lights on this entire time. I'm surprised in this game it's not illegal to, have your lights on during the day when you're not supposed to. Oh, there's no roadworks. Never mind then. I'll just break the law and stay stuck in my lane. And also, I just realised, again, we need some more petrol. That's funny. That clearly meant 500 meters away, but it looks like it meant 500 miles. Oh, we're nearly there. 200 miles. And then we'll be at the petrol station. My god, these miles are going by really quickly, aren't they? Okay, that's not funny, I'll shut up. Okay. Now we can have a break, but more importantly get some fuel and have a look-see at this guy. What are you doing? Okay, I will be off. Since you want me to be gone so fast, I will be gone now. Is France gonna be as bad for this kind of rubbish? No, because he's letting me go. Thank you for stopping in the middle of a really busy road, full of tons of trucks, and letting me go. That sure is fun. And we can now drive at 100 miles an hour. Sorry, we can't, unfortunately. I don't even know if this truck can do 100 miles an hour. And I don't even know if there's a place in the game where you can go 100 miles an hour. So, you may ask, probably aren't, but you may ask, what am I going to spend the money on this trip for? Probably giving this truck a new paint job. Might give it like an orange or something, or maybe go a bit garish and give it purple or something, I don't know. Or maybe buy a new truck entirely. Because why not? Just buy a new truck. Why is the bridge so important that we feel the need to mark it on our map? Like, can cars even go over that bridge or something? I don't know. Let's just scare all the drivers behind us by shaking our truck and hoping to God that it doesn't come off. What kind of road is one? I don't know. But it is a road. And it does take you a place. And it does have a train track go by it, apparently. That's interesting. I'd never actually seen a train in this game before. We're actually getting to some more varied scenery rather than just forests. I wonder how long that's going to last. We haven't had to turn off this motorway for a while now, though. I do kind of want to go on a rural road. Oh god, that's loud. Hello? Can you make sure you stay hung on to my truck, please? Oh god. Oof. Yeah, I may have done some illegal stuff there. Pretty sure when you're driving you're not meant to look out the window like that, but it's fun to see what's behind you, I suppose, and get really close to the hard shoulder while seeing how far away you can stay, and then turning back and realizing I'm actually nowhere near the hard shoulder. It was just an optical illusion the entire time. Oh, we've got a right turn now. Are we going to go on a rural road or not? Where are we, first of all? We are in Geneva. So we are definitely in France, because I remember commenting a lot on Lyon in the last video. Because that's where I came from. I went from somewhere around here, I think it was Plymouth, to Lyon, and then all the way up to one of these places. I don't know which. So, quite far, but not as far as we've gone in this video. Jesus Christ. We've just like gone across Europe, and then we're going back across Europe, and then down across Europe, which is weird. But even in this game, you just don't get like an understanding of how big Europe is. Like, I can't possibly fathom living in America with how big America is. I can't possibly fathom how America sticks together. And someone's boy has apparently been hurt. I'm gonna need some more context on that message, Chief. I just like to imagine that I just like to imagine that like Discord messages in Euro Truck are actually just truckers talking across the radio, telling me stuff, and somehow sharing pictures across the radio. That would be funny. That would be funny indeed, but it's not the case, unfortunately. And instead, it's just Discord, unfortunately. Kind of boring, to be honest.
And now we're back in France. And I'm surprised at that because last time I was in France, there was an absolute ton of not motorways, of toll booths, which were kind of annoying. And I have actually been to Spain. If you ask, I've been to that place. And this is the area that has tons of toll booths. And it's quite annoying just how many there are. Oh, we're on a rural road now. I didn't even notice. Unless I already mentioned it and completely forgot. That's how good my memory is if I did. Nah, instead we have to worry about people like hiding in the trees and suddenly bursting out to shoot us and explode us and stuff like that. You know, the typical nightmare. Or maybe some thing in the woods. I don't know. Like, if something were to happen, how would you defend this stretch of road? And it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, with just trees around it. Like, well, you wouldn't defend it, would you? It's just a stretch of road. But my point being is that, like, governments like more land, so maybe they want to defend this. Excuse me, or something. And, even though I've had a sausage roll and some shortbread since I last brought it up, I can still taste that beef steak in my mouth. That's actually quite weird. Oh, and of course the speed limit has to have dropped now. Wonder how many people we're holding up. Not many. We're getting nearly on. A place I don't know much about other than it's surrounded by a ton of toll booths and I've been to it in this game. That's my extent of knowledge about France. Obviously I know about Paris and stuff, but still. And I'm confused. Is that right meter? The rev meter? Because if it is, why is it just staying in green? What's the point of the blue and red parts? Well, I suppose if you were in manual you could actually go to the blue and red parts, but I'm in automatic because I'm learning to drive automatic in real life, and I think that manual cars are just too much hassle for not enough game. Like, people say, oh, you get more control with a manual car, and I'm just thinking to myself, what do you mean by that? What more control do you get compared to an automatic? And all I can imagine them saying is like extra traction or something, or extra power. And I'm just thinking to myself, I would never ever need that. I would never ever need that. I just want to get to where I'm going as safely and as slowly as possible. So I will probably set off 2 hours early in order to get where I'm going in enough time. Rather than... That's something. You've got tons of people who, like, tons of drivers who are constantly angry about every little tiny thing that goes wrong, simply because they haven't actually given themselves enough time to get where they're going. Which is weird. So the slight hint that, oh, maybe I'm going to be late, gets them really angry. When I just argue, why not set off an hour early and get to work earlier than you should need to? Better than getting them late, right? But then I suppose that would mean like people would be leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning. Which, if that was me, I would wake up at 6, quickly have breakfast, quickly get dressed, and then have to leave, because that's like the minimum time I can actually get up and still be okay, I suppose I could say. Because I've done it before. Also, I've been to that construction site on the right apparently before. It's all yellow. Interesting. I don't recognise any of these roads, but sure. They do sure look like they need a bit of a repair though. I don't know what this marking on the right is. It kind of looks like a bit of path, but then it's part of the road, so what the hell? And now we're going to a motorway I've never been to before. It's totally going to be different from every other motorway though, isn't it? Not likely. Also, I've just realised we're getting to this place from France, rather than driving into Italy and getting a ferry in Italy. Which, I suppose, yeah, that works. Are signs really so similar across Europe? Or is it just, like, the convention in this game? Because I thought that, like, entering motorway sign was specific to England and France, and Germany, but we saw it in Romania too. So that's a bit weird. We are going to be going into a town for the first time in ages. And I mean literal ages, not literal ages, Jesus. If it was literal ages ago, then I would be dead, pretty much. And we're going left here, apparently. I don't know where left is, but I trust the sat nav. Okay. Good thing I saw that light. Why don't all traffic lights have a yellow phase before it goes green? So that you're not just, so it doesn't just go, go! Because that seems, like, weird. To just suddenly say, okay, go, 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 go! Rather than, okay, we're about to go, and now go. I have no idea what I'm trying to say. But at least this time I can actually see the traffic light. Why is there a tiny traffic light below the traffic light? And now we've only got another 1,000,000 miles left to go. 500 specifically. We shouldn't be that long. Shouldn't be is the key word. Unless I screw something else up. Like usual. So I guess we just went through Lyon? Yes, we just went through Lyon. We're in Lyon, apparently. It doesn't seem that big, but it is. So these buildings are just here to, like, give it a greater sense of being big. But that's about it. And those lights are now disappeared, and we are now back to 56 miles an hour. Why can't we just have some convention in speed, goddammit? Hey, at least we can go an extra 6 miles an hour faster. I shall welcome that. I really shall. And let's see. I couldn't read those signs quick enough. Yay me. So, we're going to a place. Again, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. If you remember my absolute butchering of Undertwakatasangsi Setweet of Distress. Still butchering it. Oh, we have... I imagine that's station for toll booth. It's station, a sign. So let's slow down. Oh, what's happened here? What have you done, mate? You've been speeding, mate. Oh yeah, mate. Shouldn't have been speeding, eh? I don't even know what that was an attempt at, but sure. So the French are apparently a lot more fair when it comes to toll booths. You can actually go, like, they don't just suddenly change the speed limit out of nowhere. Oh, scratching my ear and suddenly turn right somehow. And I cannot see the right wing mirrors for the life of me. So this is going to be fun because I no longer know how close I am to the hard shoulder. Oh, I can just barely make it out. Yeah, I'm pretty close. Oh wait, no, I'm pretty far away. I can't tell, honestly, so I'm just gonna rely on my left, because my left I can actually see for some reason. I suppose when they show you it like this, they purposely brighten it up so you can still see. We've got 2 more toll booths to go through, and then we will be in that place, and then we'll barely have anywhere to go. Jeez, we're nearly finished. But we still have an entire day left of driving, so it's not like we'd finished that by that much. Why is it so much darker in France? Do the French like have anti-lights that reduce the amount you can see or something? Anti-lights, yeah, anti-lights, as if such a thing exists. I am actually staying quite close to our other, so that's fine. I say as I suddenly start veering to the left. Yay. And now we're back down to 0 visibility. Okay. Okay, what's happened? Nothing. That guy was just going really slow for some reason. Okay, so this road does actually have a letter before it. It's the A7. Why did the other road not have what? A letter? Who knows? What's down there? It just looks like another place to do with trucks, I guess. You know, the stuff that this game is full of. Stuff to do with trucks. We are really moving now. Like, we're actually going at a decent speed now. We're nearly there. We see signs for it now. Probably saw them earlier, but we see signs for them now. And there's a guy going past me really quick. Quack, quick, 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 quack. Those words. It's kind of disheartening to see all the trucks and cars slowly go past us. Like, I'm only going 6 miles an hour slower. Why the heck are these guys going so fast? I'm pretty sure you still get, like, the crash offence charge, even if you're not caught. But, I wish there was a bit more warning that the motorway would split into 2 lanes that go off and 2 lanes that continue on. Because there was no warning there for that happening. It just kind of happened, which is weird. The only warning I got was a sign saying, oh, there's this place on the right, so we no longer get any interesting sights or anything. We only get darkness. Masochistic darkness. Don't know why I'm referencing that, but whatever. Ooh, and a toll booth. What a surprise, but it's the first one before we finish. I mean, the second to last one before we finish. What I said didn't even make any sense. Oh, is this gonna be another one that splits into 2? Because if it is, it doesn't matter, because I'm off that way. Yay. My god, this truck really does take forever to get going. I've only just thought about it. But yeah, it takes forever to actually get up to speed. But that's the thing with trucks. They take forever to get up to speed, but once they're at speed, there's no stopping them. Without a fair fight. What would that fair fight entail? I have no idea. Because I don't make rules. I just pretend I follow them. Did it again! That was not my fault, it suddenly stopped. I mean, I don't know these areas that well. Also don't want to go to Nice, so let's just cut up this guy. Either that or I'm getting a bit tired. Jesus, it makes me wonder how the truck's staying so cool with how far we've gone. I'm not falling for that again, thank you very much. And it sounds like my engine's died, but it hasn't. So, we're fine. As long as nobody teleports any bread. Oh, we've got lights again. We can see now. Oh, and we're in that place. We haven't been through the second toll booth yet, though. So I'm assuming, like, this motorway goes around. I don't actually know how to pronounce the name of this place. But sure. Okay, now we're back to slow speeds again. And then we're going back on the motorway. What? Oh, okay, I get it. I just remembered that. we were delivering batteries, we can go to the info tab for info. We are delivering truck batteries, so we're actually delivering something that will keep us in business. We could have had a break ages ago. We've got tons of time left. We have tons of time. Jesus, we have tons of time. I could just go to a pub right now and like sample some of the local alcohol, as they say. But I'm not going to, because this isn't a life sim, so I can't do that. Be cool though. That was your fault. Why did you do that? Truck, why did you do that? Why did he do that? I've never seen the AI be so weird. And as usual, it's my side that's completely full. What the heck is up with that? Here's a tip, as long as you see them indicating into there, you can go, because that means they're not going to come round. But be careful, because they may be lying to you, which is the fun part of driving. The fact that they may or may not be lying. You better stop. Too many people have come in, too many people have driven into me today. And I am not having fun. I am, but in universe I'm not having fun because I've got to pay to fix. May have stopped a bit early. The whole thing you're supposed to do, by the way, at these kind of turns, is to stay as close to the center of the road as you can without actually going over the line, so that people can actually overtake you. Come on, go, there's nothing coming. Yep, thank you. I didn't crash into anything, game. I don't know what you're talking about. That's probably where I lose half my money in this game, is just crashing into things at random by accident. So, yeah. When we reach our destination, that's the thing I need to note down. And that is to turn off, well, put the traffic back to 1 rather than 8. I'm kind of glad I didn't put it to 10 because I was planning to put it to 10. I can see tons of cars coming ahead. Wow, that is a lot. Yeah, I think I might definitely need to turn that thing down, and I might want to also stop mentioning it. But yeah, we're in this place called something or other, and we're going to a boat to another place named something or other. But this time, when you say something or other, you're supposed to play Spanish guitar. Sorry, because they're Italian and Spanish speak Spanish, not Italian. Whatever, I don't know what I'm on about anymore. I don't know. I've been driving for so long that I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I just want to go to a pub, man. I just want to go to a pub and have some nice chips, but we're nowhere even near England anymore. We're in France. At the bottom of France, in fact. So maybe I could have a nice beer and chips on the boat, but I'm making this sound like I actually could drink alcohol. I don't. I don't even know what it tastes like, really. All I know is that bad beer might taste like Weetabix. I don't know how true that is. I really don't. But hey, we successfully navigated a roundabout without hitting anything or having to stop. You better not hit me. I wish there was a way to refute, like, the crashes you got, like proving that it was their fault. But I don't know how you'd how you'd create such a system to do that. Didn't even begin to slow down to come in here, but whatever. I still made it. Okay, and we're through. We're through the mainland of Europe. So now all we need to do is get on a boat and travel the rest of the way. And we should be there. Depends on how long this boat ride takes. And I've just noticed that there's 2 ways to go, so one takes you to Spain, and that's Barcelona, so we want 1, 2... that place, Porto something. because the Porto part is the only one I know how to pronounce. So, 14 hours. Oh, and the weather is bad. Had some nice chips though, so that's all fine and dandy. I just realised there's no speed limit here right now, so I don't know what's going on there. Oh, those lines were actually indicating road lanes. Okay, I didn't notice that. But we're here and we only have 121 miles left to go, because most of it was going across the sea, and we're now in Italy. It looks Italian, I guess. Yeah, it just looks Italian. No further comment, I suppose. You need to stop for me. Thank you. Any reason why we're actually delivering batteries here, and why there's so many trucks around here? And why those are the first pedestrians we've seen in ages? Ah yes, Italy, the only place with pedestrians apparently. And you see, the good thing is, since the boat travelled all that way, I don't actually have to refuel this time. So I can just keep going. Screw you. Rip off of ESO. I don't have to pay you this time. Good job, cop. Didn't even begin to indicate then. Until the end. Good thing the boat didn't sink while we were out. Whoa, going a bit fast there. Considering the speed limit is only 31 miles an hour. Does this place even have a motorway? With how small of an island it is? I can't imagine that it would. But hey, we're back on rural roads. And rural roads is the hardest thing to say for me, apparently. Yes, as I've said multiple times, one cannot rely on cruise control. Cruise control does not work. Except when you're on a flat, straight piece of road, then it does. Oh, 50, what's that mean? It means the temporary speed limit of 50 went back down to 31 again. I didn't even notice it changed to 50. Which is fun. Oh. What have we got here? I don't know. Some random buildings that look like they should have jobs for you, but don't. Interesting. It looks like one could drive into there. Oh. That's a new sign. They're cancelling the 50 kilometers. But what is the new speed limit? The new speed limit for me is 50, but what is the new speed limit in kilometers? Okay, Italians, you seem to have a bit more complicated road signs than we do in mainland Europe, apparently. But we're nearly there. What the hell? That guy was driving on the wrong side of the road. What was I supposed to do? I'm in a truck, not in a car that can stop easily. That was not my fault. That's not fair. That is really not fair. Or am I driving down the wrong side? I can't be, because this is the only other lane apart from the lane that's going that way. I mean, backward compared to me. Why is rural road so hard to say? Ah, nice. Nice thing of the sea. View, is the word I meant. And it's another rip-off of ESO, apparently. And I don't want no dirty fuel from this dirty rip-off of dirty old ESO. I don't even know what ESO is, I'm just having a laugh, pretty much. Oh, we can go fast again, and plough into another car that's overtaking. They did it again, and now I've got a ton of damage. Oh, the engine turned itself back on for me. That's nice. Okay, so, first impressions of Italy. I don't like driving in Italy thus far, if I didn't make that apparent enough. Both times that someone's overtaken and hit me, the game's blamed me. I'm not really sure how you could, like, not blame the player in that situation, though. Come on, truck. I know you're highly damaged because a bunch of people weren't following the laws of the road, but still. Don't overtake on a blind corner, that's all I'm gonna say. And now the car goes damaged because of those two idiots. I am feeling genuine rage right now because of those two idiots. What the hell is going on in Italy where overtaking like this is a good idea? So, yeah, what is this island called again? Because I don't know what this island of Italy is called again. Oh, and I'd imagine that the more damaged your engine is, the more fuel that it will use. That's just me imagining that. I've only got another 2 hours left, and then I am leaving Italy and never having another contract back here because, my god, this has been awful so far. It's very clear to me that they're using like each section of road is a puzzle piece that they've put together, because at those petrol stations, the road suddenly looks highly different to how it does here in Italy. What's that red thing next to the gears? Oh, I'd imagine it's telling me the engine's damaged. God damn, we were doing so well before that. Yeah, I hit a few people by accident, but still, that was by accident. And this, it was still an accident, but there was nothing I could actually even do about it. This is a roundabout again. At least we have something familiar. I mean, what could be more familiar than, you know, a normal bit of road, but still. Something where if I crash, it's understandable why I crashed, and not because some idiots are overtaking wrong. Okay, so I assume now we're going up a mountain, so now this engine is really going to struggle, because it's damaged, and also it takes forever to get going, so... Okay, screw you. I saw you nearly hit me. But yeah, it takes forever to get going, and we're going up a hill, so that's not fun. Also, I'm pretty sure the weather has got even worse since I left port. Maybe it's a sign that my truck is doomed to fail this mission. I just realised that I was looking down for some reason. Ooh, going a bit fast there, trucker. I don't know why that scared me, because he was on the other side of the road, but still, I thought he was going to just, like, plough straight off the road, and then it'd be my fault and I'd get charged for it. Oh wow, the speed limit is now 19. Alright. Oh, and the truck is really struggling to get over that, and we are going right. And we're going up even more mountains, I suppose. How high are we going? Because, wow, we do seem to be going quite far still. That? Okay. First train crossing ever in this game. Wow. That's a rare sight. Also a weird sound. Alright, this is gonna be bumpy. It was just one train track as well. Oh, and there's already a new one. We are leaving a place and going at a speed. Okay, now I'm missing the motorways, because at least the motorways had a consistent level of rules. Remember all those times that I was saying that I miss rural roads? Before I got on that boat, before I hit those two cars. Good times. Good times. I mean, in real life, we'd be in hospital right now after those two crashes. And someone else would have to do the delivery if the delivery wasn't entirely damaged, but whatever. Also, these roads are really turny. Are we still in Euro Truck Simulator, or are we in a racing game now? Because my god, these roads, they're quite a bit. These are the kind of roads you'd get in a modern Need for Speed game. Also, we're 9 miles away. How nice is that? Oh no. Why did the brakes fail? The brakes failed. Okay. It wouldn't be this video if I didn't get even more damage, would it? We're gonna have to live with it. I'd also have died there if I hadn't already. Although granted, if I had done the previous 2 crashes in real life, I don't think I'd be here at all if I survived, because I'd probably be in court. And they'd be asking me, oh, why did you kill these 2 people? I'm like, I didn't. They were trying to overtake a truck, and they didn't see me, and there was nothing I could do to get out of the way. And my brakes weren't enough to slow down to avoid hitting them, and so I hit them by accident. And then no one in the court would believe me, I'd imagine. Okay, so all this time I thought the name of this place was bugged out and that it was having trouble displaying it, but no, that is really what it looks like. I was talking about the accents above it. They just looked a bit weird on other menus, but there it looked fine. What am I... Oh, that's a track. Why have you got a train track here? What the hell? Whose idea was this? Okay, we're gonna have to go now. I can't really give way. Screw you. You got in my way. It was your fault. Screw off. I had to go because someone in this universe decided that it would be a good idea to put a train crossing right next to a junction that trucks regularly cross. But anyway, we're nearly there now. If you're still wondering what I'm gonna spend all this money on, it's not gonna be a paid job anymore. It's gonna be fixing it. Oh, okay, we're going again. Oh, we lost it again. Yeah, we're really gonna need to get to a service station. Well. Why didn't I just come to this port in the first place? Hello, here's your severely damaged product. But I made it on time, so ain't that all that matters? Oh my god, it just turned off again. Whatever. Satisfactory. Still made £48,000. And now I'm gonna be able to transport toxic substances. Yeah. Apply. Yeah. And here we are, we're back. And said it was quite the dump. And that's because it is. But now I'm back in now I'm back in England. I'm gonna go die because of that guy. Thanks, dude. Okay, let's see, how much is this gonna cost, do we think? So, it's gonna cost me 19,000. Can we upgrade it though? Yes, we can. Yeah! Wasted a ton of money. But, yeah. This has been Euro Truck Simulator. Quite a fun game when it's not screwing you over. But, it does a lot of screwing you over, unfortunately. But still quite fun. Just also unfortunately not that true to real life. Well, that doesn't mean it's bad. And well, next thing's next is to keep building my truck company. And buy a new truck so that I could buy employees and get this business rolling, I suppose. But for now, I've been MrHatman26, and this time I am actually leaving. That's not what I look like. But bye bye.